Welcome, Gemini, to High Priestess Influence and to your general weekly tarot reading. So this is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising for February 10th through February 16th. Of course, dates are approximate and flexible. You may find resonance with this message whenever you view it, or you may find none at all. So just take what resonates with you, leave the rest for someone else, and never put anyone else's judgment, opinion, or advice above your own inner knowing. You know best about you, Gemini. Okay, so from the minor arcana, we want the physical, mental, and spiritual realms, and from the major arcana, the overall energy. So you just had, already, okay. You have the physical and mental realms so far, and now we want the spiritual realm. And Gemini, also keep in mind that the cards are here as guides, not as predictors. So it is my intention to attract the cards and the intuition that will best serve those Geminis who will view this message. And also keep in mind that I do read intuitively. So it's even one card can just kind of create, that's a ton. Oh, wait. This ton jumped out separately, but we have one face down here that is by itself. So, okay. All right. So you only had one card jump out for each position. But again, like I said, sometimes one card ends up to be a lot more information than I expect even. And the funny thing is sometimes I'll say, oh, this will probably be very general because, and very short, too many. Very general and very short because, only one card jumped out for each category. And sometimes those end up to be the most involved messages. But we'll see, Gemini. Okay. And we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. All right. So, Gemini, in your physical realm here, we have the King of Wands reversed. So now I'll just start off by saying it's possible that this is a fire sign. So it could be an Aries, a Leo, or a Sag, but I'm definitely not feeling that's necessarily so. So you can look at your realm and see what you think. This is definitely someone who plays a prominent role in your life here. And, it could be a partner, and maybe that will end up being part of this reading. But right now, I'm really mostly feeling like this is maybe your boss, a manager or somebody at work who maybe is in charge. Or if it's not someone who's actually in charge of you, it could be someone who plays a large role in your experience. And I'm feeling that there's someone in your realm, and I feel like you'll recognize who this is, who, is making your life difficult. Now, that's difficult is a relative term. For some of you, it could be someone that makes your daily experience at your job like more of an annoyance than it needs to be. And for others, it might be like someone who's really making your life miserable, so it will vary. But I feel like this is someone who, is not really like a good leader, does not inspire the people around him or her. It's going to be male or female. This person does not inspire others to want to be there, to want to do a good job. I'm almost feeling, Gemini, like you want to put in the effort. You want to feel inspired, but this person kind of like makes you feel as though, you really don't want to put in the effort for this person or with this person. It's a very uninspiring figure is what I'm feeling like. Very, like not a good leader, just not a good leader, not a good role model, doesn't set the right tone for, let's say it's an office, for the office, or whatever the workplace is, whatever the business is, whatever the job experience is. This person doesn't set the right tone. You know that expression, it starts at the top. I really feel as though this person starts it at the top, like in a negative way, and it kind of just trickles down to everyone. I kind of feel like everyone at the workplace feels this way, or a lot of people feel this way. And the shame of it is that is like almost literally contagious. I mean, we do take in others' energies, whether we know it or not. And we get conditioned by other people. So when a place becomes negative or toxic, it's hard to shake it because everyone is affecting each other. It becomes like a vicious cycle in a sense. So it does make it difficult to change that. It would help if the person at the top could bring a new outlook, a new vibration, higher expectations, more positivity, more generosity. And for some people, this is literally generosity with like the paycheck, but for others, it's even just like a generosity of like the being, the soul, the spirit, the be more generous with the praise, be more generous with the support, the encouragement, the appreciation, be more generous. Yes, I feel like this person could be way more generous with the appreciation. So Gemini, in your mental realm, you have the Knight of Swords reversed. I feel, what I'm feeling, Gemini? Like you just, some days or all the time or whatever, you just want to go in there and say, I quit, I'm leaving, I'm out of here. And you just want to take off and not even clean out your desk if this is an office job. Just like the expression, you don't even want to clean out your desk. You just want to like leave and never ever look back is what I'm feeling. Okay. But you feel kind of stuck. You feel like you can't do that. And, I understand. It totally makes sense because, everyone has responsibilities. We've all got, bills to pay, whether it's the rent or the mortgage. And then there's, of course, the cell phones and the car payments or the transportation, the train tickets, whatever. We've all got that kind of stuff that we need to lay the money out for. And you can't just quit. The way we have set up our physical environment as a species, as humans in this spirit, in this physical experience, it's kind of, we have made it so that we end up locking ourselves into situations that maybe aren't right for us or don't serve us. And then we feel stuck. I know this sounds maybe like a little crazy, my Gemini friends, and I'm sure it's going to be a slow change because it will be through the collective, but I do feel like this is changing. I do feel that the energies are changing to, now there are some people who are resisting so much and who are holding like really, sometimes I feel like holding the rest of us hostage. But I do feel as though the energies are changing, and people are going to understand and recognize how we create our experiences, and recognize the spirituality, the spiritual side, and the energies, and that life doesn't have to be such a struggle. It doesn't have to be so difficult. We don't have to be locked into these situations that we don't enjoy. People are starting to get that. And again, there are a lot of people resisting any sort of change like that. People like to cling to the old and the past. They don't realize that change is good. But I feel like you do, Gemini. I feel like you're experiencing this energy of knowing that there's more out there for you. Like you don't feel like you can just up and quit your job, and I would never recommend that anybody do that. I mean, you know, I certainly wouldn't do that either, you know. I just feel like you're starting to realize that, though. And again, here you have the overall energy of the Wheel of Fortune reversed, right? It's kind of like, you know what? It's kind of like what I was saying about the vicious cycle of everyone, and I really feel like this is the workplace. So Gemini, if your workplace, your job experience, your career is wonderful, then I'm going to say this reading, either this reading isn't for you, or you see it in another area of your life, and you're able to transfer it to that other area. If not, you might want to go check out your moon and rising sign messages at High Priestess Influence, because sometimes they do resonate with us more for whatever reason. Sometimes you can just click on another sign, and because it's an attractive universe, that other sign's message will resonate with you too. So there's often value in any message. But anyway, getting back to this one, yeah, I'm feeling like this Wheel of Fortune is representing that, reversed is representing that vicious cycle that I was talking about, with people, just everyone's feeling negative, and it's really, really hard to change that. But Gemini, I do feel as though, wow, okay, Gemini, I just glanced at this card. I just got it. Okay, Gemini, this is what I really feel. Wow. Gemini, okay, I feel like this is you and your coworkers, if this is work, if it's some other situation. I feel like this is you and those around you. And don't take this the wrong way, okay? I'm just going to say what the words that are coming, and then I'll explain them. But this is you and those around you, at this point, equally responsible for the negative vibration. And what I mean by that is because you're all caught up in it. It's not even like, at this point, I think it started here with this person at the top. But I feel at this point, the negativity is so pervasive that it's all of you just recreating the same negative situation day after day after day after day, because we keep observing what is and recreating more of the same. And that's why our lives don't change that quickly in most cases, because we're so focused on what we experience in our physical realm with our five senses, that we just keep creating more and more of the same, even though creation starts with vibration. Oh, I like that. Creation starts with vibration. So it is a vibrational thing, creation. But when you're observing the same thing day after day, you're vibrating that same vibration day after day. Your expectations are in the same place day after day. It's going to be the same. And I feel as though this is you and those around you kind of like equally responsible for it. But this is also the 5. So the 5 is the number of change. And I feel like the universe is telling you here, something's got to give, Gemini. Something's got to change. And Gemini, the only change that can happen, it has to start with you. I'm not blaming you for this negativity. I really feel like it starts at the top. I really do. It may not apply to each of your situations. Maybe you have a lovely boss, but the workplace is still vibrates negatively. I don't know. Either that, or this is just one person in the environment who got it started, or who kind of gets it going. But the message I'm feeling here for you, Gemini, is that you cannot vibrate for anyone else. You cannot emote for anyone else. You cannot think or have expectations or feel for anyone else. You can only change your focus, change your vibration. So Gemini, I feel as though, at least this week, but I feel for many of you this is ongoing. I don't feel like it's just this week, but maybe for you it's just this week. if you can be deliberate about your focus, if you can raise your expectations, okay, yes, raise your expectations and raise your vibration, you can positively influence those around you. Some of them will respond easier and quicker than others. It's not going to be like this miracle cure all of a sudden, all at once, but I do feel as though you will be able to influence those around you and raise the vibration of those around you. And even if you're the only one who's feeling good and feeling positive and having a high vibration, then the others will kind of avoid you or stay away from you and keep their negativity away from you. Because if you can raise your vibration and expectations that much, they won't even be able to be in your experience. It's almost like you'll have a shield around you, or like a protection around you, because they won't match with you. You won't be able to attract their energy to you because your energy will be so opposite. It will be so different that they won't even be able to like be in your experience. Either that, or your vibration will be so high that you won't even recognize how low theirs is. So what I'm feeling for you, Gemini, this week is to get out ahead of it. If this looks familiar to you at all, Gemini, get out ahead of it by deliberately focusing on the positive. So if you can do this, do this. Think about the people around you and anything positive about them. Now, chances are there are some people around you that even though you all don't like the work, you still might like some of these people. You still might be friends with some of them. I highly recommend that you try to think about the best traits in as many people as you can and feel it. And like, not just think about them, appreciate them. That's the word. Find things to appreciate in the people around you. If possible, even this King of Wands reversed figure. I mean, nobody's 100% bad. So find as many things to appreciate as possible in these people around you, so that before you even enter that workplace, you're already feeling better. You're already bringing a positive vibration to the situation. Also, try to think about anything positive about what goes on at this job, in this workplace. Either on a general level, like, well, you know what I really like about this work? I like X, Y, and Z. Or if you know something that's going to be going on positive this week, even if you're just celebrating someone's birthday, ooh, that will be fun. We will have cake. Or I don't know, if there's, a project you're going to be working on this week that is interesting to you, maybe, think about those positive aspects. If your pay is good, maybe you get paid well, or maybe your benefits are good. Whatever you can focus on positively before you even get there. If I were you, I would do it over the weekend in advance, depending on when you're watching this. I would do it before I go to bed at night, try to find things to appreciate. But especially and most importantly, I would be deliberate about that in the morning. If you go to work in the morning, I know some people have shifts, but before going to work, I would try to meditate, quiet my mind for a little while, and then I would focus positively on any aspects of work or any people at the workplace. I would focus on appreciating as much as I could before I went there, so I could bring a positive vibration with me. Okay, Gemini, like I said, if it doesn't resonate with you, go check out your moon and rising sign messages. But I want to thank you so very much for being with me. I really hope that you can get a positive momentum going, turn this wheel of fortune upright, get a positive momentum going into the week ahead. And I hope you join me back here again next week, my Gemini friends.